for 15 Miami beats NC State 41-7. This is what we wanted to see, Mac, from Miami. A clean game,
Yes.
very few mistakes, style points. You dominate. We said win by 30. That would kind of we feel like be good in the committee's eyes, even though who knows what the heck this committee wants or what they watch or whatever. But overall, just what we wanted to see from
Yeah.
Miami, and
Yeah.
that's nice.
It really was. And it was a fast start. I mean, literally
Yes,
everything I wanted, check, 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 check. The box, run game back, 215 yards, plethora of guys getting in
even
there.
without Fletcher.
Even without Fletcher, thought the offensive line played really well. Carson Beck, super efficient. I mean, that guy, really was dialed in. 3 touchdowns, having Tony throw the ball, getting him involved. We've seen Marion really step up. Number 0, these last like handful of games, maybe 3 games, he's been super impressive. Still want to see more from JoJo. He had a big play, big 40-something yard pass completion there, or catch, excuse me. So it's just it's kind of weird. Really good game though, and I think this is what it takes. And honestly, you and I we need to find some propaganda here and start throwing this out. Like this Miami head to head with Notre Dame, and the fact
I
that they
know.
have that, like that the closer Miami gets, the more that's going to have to come into consideration, and this committee has to make a tough decision here because that should matter, especially as they get closer. And if Miami does what they can, which just let me pull up their schedule real quick with Virginia Tech this weekend.
Mhm.
At Virginia Tech, they will slaughter those dudes. They should. We'll see. And then at Pittsburgh, we just saw Pittsburgh. The one thing, and I'll say this, I know we're going to touch on the game entirely. Pittsburgh looked tiny compared to Notre Dame. They
Mm.
looked so small. Miami's bigger than Notre Dame. So, just kind of do your thing. We'll touch on that game and some other thoughts there. But Miami's going to be in a real interesting spot here, at presumably, 10-2 and maybe forcing the issue.
Right.
Now, the thing that hurts is that Oklahoma beat Alabama. That sucks for this, where we thought Oklahoma would be out,
Sure.
Texas would be
Sure.
out. Miami can leapfrog a couple of spots. Utah also looked very good. Now, they played School of the Blind in Baylor right now, who they're dealing with all kinds of issues, can't stop a bloody nose, and Utah exploited all of that. Um, but there's going to be some obstacles in front of them that just makes you think, golly, if we could have just handled business, if we could have just done a little bit more,
Yeah.
how different could this be? But hey, control what you can control, do your thing, and it'll be interesting to see where Miami can end up.
It's a great point. I mean, obviously, if you just beat SMU or Louisville, like you still can lose one of those. But the
I
other, and
know.
I know Miami
I know.
fans don't want to hear that because it's obvious. But I love what you're saying about Notre Dame. And you know what? Let's just get to Notre Dame real quick
Come on.
because Miami just handled their
Yeah.
business. We can talk about NC State, but maybe that's more just for an off-season pod if things are going down there. Who the heck knows? But Notre Dame beats Pitt 37-15. Now, this game was really never close. I mean, from the jump, the Jeremiah Love touchdown, the spin move, my goodness, and then the pick six, it was like, oh my gosh, okay. But it has to matter. Like to your point, Mac, why? Why play? Why
Mhm.
should Miami play Notre Dame?
Right?
You're at some point, and I like, especially when you look at leagues going to 9 games, like, why play these games? If you are not going to value the actual result, and by you, I mean the committee,
Hmm.
that Miami beat Notre Dame, why did we play the football game?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just crazy to me.
Completely agree. Completely agree. And even more so, I don't know if you're the ACC, why are you doing this? Why are you making this schedule? Why are you giving Notre Dame a schedule? Like they're embarrassing
Nothing.
your teams. You don't get credit when you do beat them.
Sure.
What's the point of the
Mhm.
relationship? That's something
Hey, Mac.
honestly I might need to like dive into and just ask like, why do we do this? What's the point? Do they pay us? Like, what is there any
Can I tell you
monetary
why?
value? Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I had the thought because I'm
Yeah.
glad you bring this up. When Notre Dame and Pitt are playing at noon on ABC, the reason we do this is because ESPN can get Notre Dame on their air.
Well,
I mean,
maybe.
that's why.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
Notre Dame, you know, death, taxes, and Notre Dame will bring ratings. Like that's just the reality. But, and again, Notre Dame was on ESPN's air when they played Miami, right?
Yeah,
But the games have to be honored.
yeah.
When you beat them, it has to matter. So
Right,
it,
I
it
agree.
I've seen all the scenarios you're talking about, Mac, of the final at-large spot possibly coming down to Miami and Notre Dame, and there's nothing a committee loves to do more than put Notre Dame in there. So
For sure.
we'll see, and that's why Miami. That's why the style points matter. That's why beating NC State like they did